I lost one of my old-time viewers because he got tired of looking at my ugly mug. Can't help you with that, Justin. I don't have anything to exhibit. Not in the mood to put on a puppet show. What I have to talk about is somewhat interesting, and harks back to childhood when the neurochemical gang were from Attica State Prison were tampering with me psychologically and internally, supposedly to shape my character so that the parochial assassin could make me out to be lifting a penny while they ripped off the museums for millions of dollars. Wattenmaker had a game called Steal the Bacon. He told me the satyr to try to imagine stealing what was under his father's napkin and asked me if I wanted his father to put me under hypnosis. He used to say, look for the lips or the assassin who attacked me, who was macabrely adopted by the assholes in King Crimson and Midori Goto, a real crowd hammer, horrible person. He used to say, look for the lips in an automobile. My eyes would involuntarily, and Edith Wadmaker had those kinds of lips, but we're talking about what the doctors would do when they examine women. And there was Blumenfeld and Gellermeede, which is Blumenmedes, right? Blumenfeld, the fallen angels of Bloomfield, where Ostro's pal Space Ape did the glass in the Pittsburgh police martyrs church. So this was all uh, skull and bones organization. So they had this idea of you know, inculcating in me such terror that I would take $5 from my mom's purse and give it to them rather than be battered. And I'd get very severely battered anyway. And this was the idea of making sure I understood that no property was mine, that I was a human siphon to the Chomsky elect who put together the Riddle Palace with Daniel Ellsberg. When I went to the Point State Park to see John Baez play at the protest, somebody put $20 on the ground where I would think I found it. And my mother would say, why don't you put that in the donation for the NAM veterans? And I wanted to keep my $20. And she grabbed it from me and did the proper thing with it, she said. And Gail Burstyn has a reference to S.E. Hinton's, that was then, this was now. I just wanted to be sure that I hated you. So this is what they put out a $20 for a child to fund. He becomes confused and thinks it's his. And they make sure that they take it from him and hate him. This is the rationalization processes of the crowd I'm still dealing with. Um, Don Denise on Mount Desert Island said, I grab it back and pour it on you steaming. I hope it's enough. And I broke out in scabies. Don was playing dialectical with microorganisms. And as I pointed out, these people made no attempt to warn anybody. They were setting up their joke, and they were making genocide pimp films for their celebrity elite, and then claiming it was for charity when it had nothing to do with charity. They were depredating on someone who they had tortured. And the neurochemical reaction is brainwashing. A child becomes confused. I really did not steal things. But when you saw a penny on the ground and picked it up, they would have instant karma. The gutter snipes said that their name, the gang, the gutter snipes, meant that when somebody littered, they would shoot them with a paperclip. So these people hammered together a clubhouse and put a seductress in it and tortured me and got me to go there because I had no other place to hide. It's like don't say like Aunt Frank because they put a Seven Beauties girl in to give you honey. And this is the psychotic wink from the provincial norm of Pittsburgh public schools. The bottom line is a foreign rabbit had no business tampering with a Pittsburgh public school child that way. Brecker used to talk about the fact that he had, or somebody told me that he stole, had alligators in his bathtub that he stole from the zoo. I never saw them. I don't know if it's true. But the way they kidnapped and waylaid and used me, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. So when they have a personality change, the letters say the dreams they come from within, the dreams. They're playing on Brecht and Wecht, Brecker, Bertolt Brecht's man is man, how the man, I am he as you are he, because they're trying to vindicate Adolf Hitler and say all of us are Adolf Hitler. Gee, that's higher. And we need these Slavens in show business playing the songs to make the young girls cry. I've heard their Persian Carpet, Twinkle Dee Dee, and all of the maniacal exaggerations of Celine Dion. What a pest. What an abysmal individual. No respect whatsoever for the truth. Wadmaker, they made all this thing. Wadmaker told me something that revolved around the telephone wire. Because they're going to brainwash the queerbait, do an impinge voiceovers, and then ventriloquist them through extrusion in Jaime Carbonell's laboratory. This is Bell Labs. Colucci used to show me how to wire up a speaker to my telephone and stuff. So they have this AFC, Adam Frederick Curry Electronics, in place for Patty and Mildred the lesbian of 1717 Murder Doctor Street, around the corner from Bertolt Cyril Weck and Jill Bonner Kane, Jill B. They have us all wired up. And everything revolves around a telephone wire. And they've been brainwashing me with the power of suggestion. What does Ian tell me? He tells me that a woman was dead in her bed. She had a telephone cord around her neck. I said, how'd that happen? He said, she just got tangled in it when her asleep. My daddy told me about it.